Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Tarkir Dragonstorm draft here on the channel. Let's dive in and see what we can do. I do have a theory that the Abzan decks might actually be okay to draft now because they're so underdrafted that players are like they're avoiding them too much now, and so you can actually like make it work. Like Gurmag Rakshasa wheels like every time because people don't take black cards, it feels like. And so, like, if I'm playing this draft and Gurmag Rakshasa wheels, maybe I can make something happen, or trade Rid Envoy, like if I get enough counter synergies. And with that in mind, I'm tempted to just start with a Sage of the Fang, because if you can get some counters going, this can be a really nice little double up your counters card. It's just it's not a great card. I think if this was like day one of the format, Gurmag Rakshasa would be a card I considered. This card's actually solid if you have some good dragons, but I don't like to take it before I have good dragons. This is a really weird pack. Sidisi is like not great either. It's fine in some black decks. Don't like Constrictor Sage. This is one of the worst packs I've ever opened. I think I am just going to take Sage of the Fang, try to wheel Gurmag Rakshasa, or trade Root Envoy. See if we can get some counter synergies to work. I haven't gotten a ton of reps with the counters deck. And I think it actually might be playable now. Here there's a War Effort. Probably the best card in the pack. It's also Trade Root Envoy, if I really wanted to go for the Envoy strat. It feels like it would be a little bit too forcey. Like, you still need to make sure the deck is open before you do it. That first pack was such a blank that I don't mind speculating on this. And you can wheel Trade Root Envoys sometimes. So if we knew what we were doing exactly, we could like take Kin Tree Nurturer so we can have like a 3-drop to put a counter on itself and then take Trade Root Envoys. But we'll still just take War Effort. Maybe the deck will be open. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll take Baron Step Siege. This card fits way better into black, green, splashing white, into like an Abzan deck than it does into Mardu, I think. Mardu's still good for it, but Mardu doesn't want to splash as much. And I'll pretty happily take this. Einok Wayfarer would be my second pick out of this pack. But this is a reason to go into the Abzan counters deck. So I think we're kind of happy with the direction we chose. And the War Effort pick could still work out. Like, we could still be just a Mardu go wide deck and have 2 different go wide payoffs already set up. So either way, we'll be in okay shape. But I think Abzan has been open like the past, like, I can't even remember how many drafts. Like, I just see all the Abzan cards super late. And so I think that might be enough of an incentive to go for the deck. And so I'm starting to see more people playing it. I think red-white's really contested now. The 5-color deck, you don't see it like the good payoffs as much. So I think just trying to draft Abzan might be a good thing to do now. And now we see an Abzan rare 4th pick. I'm not surprised to see that, honestly. Sarkon's Resolve, Trade Root Envoy. I'm just going to take the Abzan rare and just try to do the Abzan thing. Like, I think I'm going to get, like, every Abzan card if we're seeing one from this direction, at least, because people aren't taking them. We might get a couple of Trade Root Envoys, which is, if you have counters, a 4-mana 4/3 that draws a card is pretty solid. And I'll just take this and then try to build an Abzan deck, and we'll see how it does. Yeah, I'm not going to, like, second pick these, but these things wheel sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean a decent percentage. I'm not going to take Fleeting Effigy or Coordinated Maneuver, even though, like, with the War Effort, Baron Step Siege start, these cards are totally things you can play. War Effort in particular, having, like, Fleeting Effigy, so you always have an attacker at the ready, even if they, like, kill your board state, is pretty reasonable. But I think that the Abzan deck is going to come together for me here. And now I am going to take Sandstep Citadel here over, like, the 2-drops. Furious Forebear and Fortress Kincard are both cards I would love for this deck, because this is a really good one because you put counters on it, and then it fuels your other counter synergies. Also plays well with Baron Step Siege, but when you're playing an Abzan deck, wanting to be casting your Abzan cards, the Abzan land is really, really premium. So if this was just a dual land, I would probably just take the Fortress Kincard here. But we got to get the land when we can. Yeah. If it was anything but a tri-land, I would definitely be taking spells over it, but this tri-land is premium for me. So our deck's looking pretty solid. Yeah, 6th pick, get a solid little rare. I wouldn't mind Einok Wayfarer, but I mean, this is just what you kind of come to expect. Nobody takes the Abzan cards anymore. Like, I was trying to, the reason that I thought about this was because I was like, wow, we've reached the point in the format where it feels like I'm drafting on rails every time because there's like 2 main decks and they're the only decks. And if you basically are just drafting to figure out which one of those 2 decks is open. Then I was like, but wait a second, I see all these Abzan cards every single draft. And so if I get 3 Abzan, I've got 3 Abzan rares already. Like, there's probably something there. Hopefully. Now we'll take the Dawnbreaker. It's a 2-drop / 5-drop, which is just what I'm looking for. in my deck here. I'm probably going to be black-green base, but at this point I might just be full Abzan because look at all my cards. I've got a lot of gold cards, a lot of white cards. Sandskitter Outrider is not the most premium of 4-drops. You can get those really late. Worthy Cost can sometimes be okay if you have some tokens going, but take the Dawnbreaker. I knock Wayfarer pretty late. That's nice. You can get counters on it. There's also Delta Bloodflies, but I don't love Delta Bloodflies. I'd much rather have the Inoc. It's much more of a mid-range value card. Plays well with Baron Step because it's just like a random thing that sits in play and gets counters. Bloodflies requires a little bit more effort to be reasonable. And I expect to be able to get some Bloodflies if I want them. They're not a premium card for any deck. This also helps me dig for lands to help me cast all my cards. Perfect. I did wheel the Trade Route Envoy as I expected to and hoped. This is another reason I don't need to prioritize 4-drops because I'm going to wheel all the Trade Route Envoys. Also, I like that this can put a counter on itself if I need that. Adorned Crocodile is a card I might consider, but I'm trying to make Trade Route Envoy a good card in my deck. And this thing can mill over things like Sage of the Fangs. That's another little upside. I'm really glad I have this Tri-land. I had to give up a Fortress Kinguard to get it, but yeah, we get another Trade Route Envoy. I'm going to get all the Trade Route Envoys. Nobody else wants them. They're not very good unless you have counters. And I currently have 2 cards that can be played before turn 4 that put counters on things. Sure, I'll take Worthy Cost just in case. Maybe I end up with some Fortress Kinguards. It's really much better with Mobilize than random token makers. But yeah, this is the strategy that I wanted to try, and it's kind of going exactly how I hoped. I'm going to get every Trade Route Envoy. And just really maximize the dog. Okay, Rugged Highlands, I guess I'll take it. I'm not trying to splash red, but might as well take the land. There's nothing I can cast. Rescue Leopard last, interesting. Okay, pack 2. What the? Which one's even better? This is an insane pick to have to make. I think Warden of the Grove is better in my deck. With my counter synergies. Sage of the Skies is a messed up card, though. Play this guy on turn 5 with a 2-drop and you just win. I'm going to go with Warden because I think I might be heavier into green and it'll be easier to cast, but I'm not certain on that pick. It's crazy to see that, though. Now I'll take Synchronized Charge as another counters card. Gosh, that last pick was so tough. They're both such bombs. So another one of these guys. There's Arishan City, which is a great card. I'm just going to take the Arishan City. This card's messed up. Caustic Exhale is a good removal spell. Maybe I'd rather have Sage of the Fang to curve into my Trade Route Envoy. I think I'll do that. Arishan City's really good, though. Don't sleep on it. Gosh darn it, I would love to take Yath and Tomb Guard. This is a good Yath and Tomb Guard deck. But the Tri-Land is so essential for me, I have to just take it. At least I feel like I have to take it. So I will. Yeah. Host of the Hereafter. I'm just going to take Jungle Hollow. I need to be able to cast my spells, and this is another 4-drop, and I already have 5 4-drops. You got to care about your curve in these decks. I don't know. I feel like I just passed 2 major payoffs for my archetype. Now there's an Abzan Monument, Krumar Initiate. We'll take the Monument. Aggressive Negotiations can do some stuff. This is a weird draft because, I mean, I kind of got thrown for a loop by opening such strong cards. This is really a deck that wants Snakeskin Veil, and I was going to prioritize it anyway, and that plays really well with Warden of the Grove. So that's another argument in its favor. It's just Sage of the Skies is so good. But if you look, my deck is mostly black-green, and so that's why I didn't do it. And I passed up on the card that lets my counters move around. It's a pretty good 4-drop. But I have 5 4-drops already, so. And yeah. I think Sandstep Citadel. Gosh, such a tricky pick, but I think black-green is the place to be for sure as the base. Taking a Sandstep Citadel over the 3-drop land is pretty tough. Okay, now there's Gurmag Rakshasa. There's Piercing Exhale. Piercing Exhale is really good in this deck. I'm just going to take Scoured Barrens, though. I always end up with enough playables, and so just having as many lands as possible is good. Now I'll take Sarkhan's Resolve over the Negotiations. Though maybe Negotiations, I'm just going to prioritize 2-drops really highly now, and so I can go 2-drop Negotiations. I'll take this over the 4-drop, because 2-drop Negotiations is pretty reasonable. 2-drop Negotiations, Trade Route Envoy is a pretty good curve. And with 2 Negotiations, just any 2-drop is good for me. Severance Priest is funny because it's not even that great to play on turn 3 a lot of the time. I mean, if you can cast it, it's good. I didn't even notice it's Blossoming Sands before. We have a really good mana base for this deck because nobody takes these lands very highly because nobody else is playing these cards. But one of the reasons I was willing to take the lands so highly is because, like, look, I have 15 playables. Plus, like, I could play, like, a Riling Dawnbreaker if need be as well. Like, I do not mind doing that. And, like, I'm going to be able to make playables here pretty easily. Pack 3, there's a Severance Priest, but we are taking the Formation Breaker. It is the best card for us. This into Aggressive Negotiations is, like, the best combo to do in this deck, so we're taking this over the Severance Priest. Severance Priest might even wheel. That's how underdrafted this deck is. This card is just what we want. We would play any number of Formation Breakers. And yeah, I'm happy to see that. I would also love Krumar Initiated, Abzan Devotee, Sultai Devotee, the land, the Severance Priest. All those cards are fine, but we are taking the 2-drop, and now we can take Pack Beast on a splash or Piercing Exhale. We don't really want Sagu Wildling. It doesn't do much for us. Duty Beyond Death is interesting, but not great for us. I do love Pack Beast. Dragon's Prey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll take the Pack Beast. I think it's just such a good card. Always happy to see it. How many Severance Priests am I going to get? Dragonbird's Relic is interesting, but I'm not going to be playing another color. And I don't want to like put in like a Rugged Highlands to make it active. So I'm just going to take the Severance Priest again. Over the Blossoming Sands, which might even wheel. Delta Bloodflies is a good addition here because I have lots of counters going around. I've got 4 different cards. 4 different cards I can play on turn 3 to go after a Delta Bloodflies. To make it attack for more damage. Okay, we get a Descendant of Storms. It's pretty reasonable. It's not the greatest card for me because I'm not that heavy white, but I'm getting there. Trade Route Envoy, Negotiations, no. Krumar Initiate, though. Host. I think I'll just take Krumar. I just want to be able to go 2-drop into Aggressive Negotiations. Okay, now there's another Trade Route Envoy. There's also 100 Battle Veteran, which isn't very good. Even though I have some counters going around. Yeah. We have another Trade Route Envoy. We'll take it over the Lightfoot technique. So with 1 plains, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 white sources. That's pretty reasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just have to make 1 cut here. I ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2-drops. That I can go 2-drop into Aggressive Negotiations. I have no removal spells because I did not prioritize them at all. Once it hits play, I have to just go over it, I guess. Yep, I did wheel the Severance Priest, not surprising. Triple Severance Priest, eh? Piercing Exhale. Thank goodness I needed a removal spell. Another 3-drop that could put counters. I don't even know if I want it, though. Cut those, and it makes my deck a lot more functional. I'm just going to play 6 Trade Route Envoys because 6 Trade Route Envoys is kind of funny. Okay. Maybe I can't even afford to play 6. That's so many. So if I do this, it's 4, 5. I have 1 of each. That's pretty nice. So they all add 2. So it's 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8, 4, 6, 8. My split is mostly green, though, so... Yeah, I think shaving on one of the colors would be helpful. And I think that color is going to be white. Like, I think I just cut the white early plays because it's going to be hard to deploy them. I'm going to cut Kin Tree Nurture. I think that card's just a little bit weak. Going to cut 2 of those because I actually do want to win. Riley Dawnbreaker doesn't do a ton for me. And 3, 4, 5 is much more reasonable. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 8, 5, 9. So that's 9, 8, 7. And I could probably cut the Descendant of Storms as a result as well, because casting that on turn 1 is going to be tricky with that few white sources untapped. Yeah, and cutting the Trade Route Envoys does make the most sense here. Okay, my creature count is at 17. I did get a removal spell, so that's nice. And I'm excited to see how this deck does. I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the people who support my channel over at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if they've been helpful, if been helping you win more, if you've just been enjoying watching me play, or all of the above, hopefully, then Patreon is the way to give back to the channel directly and help me make more videos going forward. I'm going to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It's one of the benefits you can get for becoming a patron, and I want to especially shout out those folks, but also you can gain access to my card by card tier list, my format thoughts document, and things like that. Anyway, without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep this. We have kind of exactly what we were looking for. Sage into Trade Route Envoy. If we draw a 2-drop, we have the Dream turn. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. We didn't get a single Snakeskin Veil, so that's a little bit unfortunate, but we're still just going to jam this guy and hope for the best. Wow, they don't have a kill spell. That's pretty elite. What do they have that they were willing to do that? Oh, okay. We will ditch this guy. If they had a kill spell that cost like 4 or 5, we would have taken that. But now whenever we play a creature, it's going to get 3 counters. Okay. I almost took this thing because I didn't want them drawing more cards. Create a 4/4. Create a 4/4. Yeah, they get to block sack. I wonder if it was better to just make my guys huge. Because now a hardened tactician with a sword can hold them off. Does not matter. They scoop it up. Okay. But yeah, maybe it would have been better to just make huge creatures. Anyway, see you next round. Welcome. We are going to keep this hand. Our Einok Wayfarer will not fail us. We have 8 black sources in the deck. We have 2 draw steps plus an Einok to find it. That's like 5 cards deep. That's a lot of cards deep for a black source. One, two, three. No black source. And milled one of our best cards. You have failed me, Einok. For the last time. Gosh, I need the black source so badly. Please, black source, please. Oh, man. Well, we tried. We tried. Oh, pain. Oh my gosh. This is awkward. You failed me, Einok. There we go. Let's take a look-see at their hand first. Okay, what kill spells do they have? So they can't cast this next turn. War Effort won't do anything once their creature's dead. Voice of Victory doesn't do much. I'm just going to take Roiling Dragonstorm. Their hand really is not good. Like, they're going to lose badly here. Oh, no. That's a little unfortunate. That's going to let them play their Voice of Victory as well. Sure. Sure. So I can play... Blood Flies, I think, is the best bet here. And then next turn, Blood Flies will be able to clock them. And I'll be able to deploy to Krumar, which will start churning out tokens if I don't draw anything else to do. And I'll be able to take this War Effort before it does anything to me. Because I assume they're going to play this Salt Road Pack Beast. So I block here, and then if they have these 2 out, they can go, so they'll have 2 creatures in play, so this thing will cost 4, so they go 4. Will they ever be able to go untapped land? They have 6 mana, they make 2 more creatures. And make this thing cost 2? Like, is it worth blocking Einok on this thing? So they will have 2 creatures, they'll have 4 creatures, and this thing, yeah, so this is definitely worth blocking there. Prevents them from playing the Salt Road Pack Beast and cracking Jeskai Monument. Good to take the extra step to do the math. Okay. I'll take the Pack Beast. Okay, I think we got him. This thing just has to attack. Boom! Abzan gets it done again. Nice. Feels real good to kind of theory craft that this deck might work and then have it work immediately. See you next round. Welcome to another round. Good hand. We just have to hopefully draw a 2-drop, as one always hopes to in these decks. Ooh, the black-green mirror. Ooh, Rod Curse Rakshasa is pretty good. Unfortunate to whiff on 2 drops, but that's fine. Their Rakshasa is now doing its thing. Right behind schedule, Sultai Devotee. It's criminal. So bad. I was really hoping they'd block. Oh, it feels amazing. Punch him. Yes. Oh, nice. We have to be a little aggressive because otherwise this thing will devastate us, so. We want to wait for our creatures to actually die before we play this. Krumar, sure. Foundation Breaker, sure. Okay. YOLO. I would normally bring back the Foundation Breaker, but this time I want to take something from their hand. Goodbye, Leopard. They're going to make my whole board useless here in a second. No blocking allowed. So 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how it goes. They did not draw a spell. I don't feel like giving them a 2-2. Pressuring them will stop this Krumar Initiate from just making absolutely massive things. Trade Route Envoy, sure. Sure. Beautiful. So I want to give them a 2-2 to put them to 1 life. Because otherwise they can make a 3-3. But they can also just jump block here and make a 3-3 anyway. And they get a 2-2 for losing a 2-2. I'll just keep this guy around because he has a counter on him, and so this thing will draw me cards even if this thing trades off. Easy trade. Dragon Sniper, sure. Hate to see that. Dragon Sniper is pretty annoying here. There we go. That's the ticket. Let's see what they're working with here. Sure. Making this guy so it can trade with the Dragon Sniper. And they won't attack me anymore. Then I'm going to make a couple 4/4s. This is the problem with this card effect. If they do get worse over time. Gosh darn it. Oh no. I'm so dead. Yep. Them having a flyer cooked me. They just had too many ground guys. Ugh. This Death Toucher really got me. They're just going to block with their Host of the Hereafter, I assume. That's a crazy block. Yep. Gosh darn it. Well, you can't win them all. The Abzan lost to the black-green. Such is life. Welcome to another hand. I was going to mulligan this. My first instinct was to mulligan it, but now after a little bit more thought, I'm going to keep it. Because if I find 2 lands, I guess 2 lands is a lot. Never mind, I'm going to mulligan. I'll keep this. Get rid of this. I was thinking, like, okay, if I find 2 lands, I can do my thing, and then... But it's much better to just have a hand that I can cast my stuff, because you need to be able to cast your stuff these days. Wow! We're playing against all the Abzan decks. Get a swamp. If they Severance Priest me, I swear. Okay, thank goodness. Death Touch does suck for me, though. Death Touch is really good against my counters. Take out their removal spell. Even though it gets them a 5/5 down the line. I'm planning on letting this guy live forever. Gotta make my guy a 4/4 while there's still time. Wow, Hardened Tactician is definitely something to snipe. No attacks. I think I need to cut down on aggressive negotiations. It is not being very helpful to me. I'm just drawing it over and over. Well, that's suspicious. Wow, the trade just happens. Okay, I was being cowardly and I'm gonna pay the ultimate price, I guess. This is the flaw with this plan. I cannot guard myself from top decks. And such, I die. I might have been dead anyway. Oh well. I need to rebuild this. The hostile negotiations. You can't have this many discard effects in a deck. It was working out because I wasn't drawing them all, but you just can't build a deck like this. I'm just going to cut down the aggressive negotiations. I have 3 Severance Priests. Put in these 2 guys. Or put in one of these guys, 1 Kin Tree Nurturer or something. Yeah, and just run it better like this. Welcome to another round. We'll keep this. I think this deck does suffer from being better in best of 3, where knowing if your discard effects are going to be good is very useful. This is a weird strategy, but I'm going to play this, then on turn 3 activate it to make it a 4/4. Change of plan against the duelist. I'll just make another guy. Twin Bolt, sure. Horrible tap job there. I don't need a land, so I'll just let this guy get a counter. I'd rather have my Blood Flies a little bit better, and also my Trade Route Envoy a little better. I'll make this trade offer. They didn't want it last time, so they probably don't want it this time. Yikes. Lightfoot technique, sure. 3/3, I will double block it. Einok is probably gonzo. Play my massive creature. I'm just gonna only put it on this guy. Because this 2/2 trades with this guy really well. I guess I could have attacked with this as well. Well, might as well do this first. I think this is better than the alternative line. I will hit them for 10. 11. Play the land because if I draw a trade route envoy, I could go land into that and be pretty good. Well, monks, sure. What you working with? Yeah, get that out of there. Boom. Nicely done, deck. Okay, the extra trade route envoy was pretty great. This deck would really benefit from knowing whether I was against an opponent with card draw, because against more card draw, you can play more discard. But I think the aggressive negotiations, 5 copies is too much. And yeah, I just would rather play a thing that puts a counter on itself. I am lighter on the counters than I would like to be for the trade route envoys now. Because I now have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 ways to put counters. I think I need a 7th. I'm going to add this guy in over 1 trade route envoy. So basically, I cut 1 aggressive negotiation net for another trade. What did I even... I cut both of these and added 2 trade route envoys or something like that. Oh, no, I added the Kin Tree Nurturer. Yeah, I think adding that's going to be better. I have 4 discard effects now, but these guys are fine in those other spots. Yeah, that makes the trade route envoys a little bit better. The ones I do have. This also puts counters. Tricky, but I think this will be fine. Krumar also does counters sometimes. I'm just going to play the other trade route envoy. See you next round. Welcome to another round. Easy keep. We got this guy to find and land, and then we got the Warden. Got the Warden. Our best card. Okay, let's see, Inoc, what you're working with. Okay, so they have black and white in their blue-green deck. Come on, Inoc, don't fail me now. You've never let me down before. Shucks. Yeah, I gotta take the plains. I mean, not the plains, the forest. Even though I now am missing on some colors I might need. Nice. Okay, Warden. Carry me to victory, please. Don't kill it. Please. It just needs to live. There's no chance I'm blocking. They could have Ozzy as Exhale. They could have, I don't know, +3/+3. Okay, we are cooking now. So we're never blocking with it, so we might as well attack with it and see what happens. So we draw a card. Then we decide that we want our guy to be a 5/4. If we lose because we don't have black mana, that might be tough, but... They tap that guy down, interesting. Not tapping down the Warden, I notice. Definitely not attacking. I believe they have Osseous Exhale or Caustic Exhale. One of the two. Baitor. Luckily, we can kill Baitor if they don't have another, like, problem for us. Attack them for 15. Beautiful. Yes! Oh, we waited. We were so patient. We were so patient. Oh, we got him. Yes! Oh, that's such a thrill. Oh, it feels good to be alive. Oh, that was great. Oh, glorious victory. How sweet the sound. Dun, 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 dun. That was awesome. Our deck is sick. We will keep it going. The Envoy is so good. I don't even know how many wins we have. How many do we have? We got 4 wins. Yes, we guaranteed a winning record. See you next round. Welcome. We've got a great hand for you here today. We got tap land into uncommon, rare, rare, rare. Oh my gosh, this could be a good one for us. This could be good. Powers. Oh. Well, that changes things a little bit. Now we just really want to rip a land so we can go this thing into this thing. Another black-green deck. It's starting to be pretty common. Okay. Oh, they've got a couple Dispelling Exhales, I see. Still gonna take one of them. They can't really do much. This Karakit Guardian's gonna be a real late game situation for us to deal with. Okay, go get a swamp. Play Delta Bloodflies. Hope this is good enough to bait out the counter. Nice. It is. Sure. I'm just going to resolve this for sure. Get my counters rolling. Because now this thing's going to be impossible for them to block, pretty much. And then I'll play Yathen next turn and then get 2 creatures into play to start gaining counters. Oh, this is beautiful. That feeling where they know they're doomed, but they have to play it out anyway. From my side of the table, it feels amazing. I've been in their shoes, though. It does not feel great. If they haven't answered the Baron Step Siege, they're actually still in it. Has to be one of these 3 cards. Yeah, they're toasted. They are so toasted. Okay, well, we're just going to play this thing, get back our Blood Flies, or something better. Yeah, we'll get back the Blood Flies. It's a flyer. Yeah, no need to do that. Don't need to give them the chance to get a 2/2 out of it. We added a bunch of power and toughness to the board. They don't even have red mana to cast this guy. Armament Dragon. Okay, okay. I see you, I see you. They're making their buddy boy a 6/6. Whoa. I'm stunned. I can't believe they didn't just make this guy a 6/6. Oh. Might as well just play this. If I draw a land, I can play Warden. So I think I wait 1 turn, right? They have 9 power. They won't be able to block this guy. Actually, if I attack with this guy, they have to block with this. So let's just think. So if I attack with this, they have to block here. That's the force block. This guy attacks, they double block here, and they die. They block like that. So they would chump block here, eat this, take 4. I think this is a trade I'm happy to make. Considering if they draw Mountain next turn, let's just think. If they draw Mountain, they play this guy, hit me for 5, I go to 11. Then, and I'm about to have a huge board. This is about to be 6. They could have 4 blockers. If they draw Mountain, they have 4 blockers. Yeah, I think this is a trade I have to make for just basic, like, keep myself as unlikely to lose as possible. Because I have a huge board, and the only way I lose is if they can, like, attack me for 5 a couple turns. Okay. They did not draw Mountain. But, like, imagine they draw a Kill Spell instead or something for my Formation Breaker. Okay. Create a 1/1. Create a 2/2. Activate this. They're going to go to 7. Gosh, I'm so suspicious of them just having Bewildering Blizzard. I still win if they have Bewildering Blizzard, because next turn they can't cast enough spells to survive. Do they have it? Riverwalk technique. Sure, I guess I'll draw that. Sure, they can't possibly win this, right? They have a board sweeper. Sagu Wildling, yeah, they're super dead.
Maybe I shouldn't have drawn Severance Priest because they were gonna have to play out their hand, and I'd rather draw like removal spell or something. But
Got the win. See you next round. Welcome to another keep. We don't have black mana, but this thing makes black mana, so... Oh, and now we don't even need it. Nice. Okay, that makes things interesting. I will play the Wayfarer now. I'm just trying to make sure I hit my 4th land on turn 4. Beautiful. Nice. Turn 3 Severance, turn 4 Baron Step. What you working with, buddy? Oh, no. We do not want to deal with Revival of Ancestors on turn 4. That card is messed up. Very, very much so. Not going to let them get a 4/4 right off the bat. This is going to be a lot of damage for me for now, but this thing can now trade with Champion of Doosan. And then the next turn, this will be bigger than the Saga Pummeler. And I'm going to make my Death Toucher and my Lifelinking guy. Yup. What are they putting in the graveyard? Please don't be anything scary. They probably have something scary. Okay, so just a few counters going around. Nice. This will be 5/5. This thing's going to be bigger than a 5/5. Still just going to make the Spirit for this thing's benefit. Play my Death Toucher. I will... This thing's going to be a 5/5, so they're going to be able to make both their guys 5/5s to attack past it for now, so... I will just get in the damage for this turn, and the next turn I'll hold him back. Sultai Monument, sure. Baron Step Siege is doing some major work for me here. This thing can put another counter onto the Kin Tree Nurturer. Yup. Hopefully I'm able to make this work. Yep, I'm at 7. I'm too suspicious. What could they have? They could have -3/-3. That's what makes the most sense to me there. Then they block and get a 4/4. Okay, Hollowmark Siege. They named Sultai. So they'll get to draw an extra card every turn, but they only get to do it once per turn. What were they holding up last turn? Okay, so that's actually really good for me. They get a 4/4, but that's not as impactful. Buff this guy. Make a 2/2. Sure. They're drawing a lot of extra cards here. But I have a giant board state. Okay, that's a huge draw. Okay, attack with these 3. If they trade off both their 2/2s for my 4/4, I'm okay with that. I'm at 17. I think I can afford to make the biggest guy possible. I can afford to make a 5/5 here. I can go to 12. Okay. This guy was definitely a good addition to the deck. A little bit of life gain goes a long way. Okay, they're making creatures. They're doing stuff. Sure. Oh, right. They're just dead on board. They have 4 creatures. They block my 4 biggest, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and they just die by 1,000,000. Yeah, I almost, like, went through my turn for a second without, like, double checking that I could just destroy them. Yep, got the win. We almost have a trophy here with the Abzan deck, so let's do one more win and get it done. See you there. Welcome to the final round. We've won the die roll, but we have to mulligan, so that's unfortunate. But this hand is amazing. I am going to ditch my Trade Route Envoy. And then we'll play Warden on turn 3. If they kill it, we'll Yathen Roadwatcher it back, which is pretty devastating. Good little combo. Oh my gosh, look at this hand. This is the hand for me. Oh my gosh. Well, let's just hope this works. They could find a kill spell, but then we have Yathen to get it back. Stalwart Successor, sure. Come on, land. No! Okay. This is fine. I will put a counter on my guy. I'm going to get rid of the Sage of the Fang. Put a 1/1 counter on my guy. No attacks. This is my backup Warden of the Grove. For if the current one dies. This thing is going to be dealt with before I use my Baron Step Siege, I think. Boom, 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 boom. Put 2 counters on it. Okay. Warden of the Grove starting to take over. All the cards I know about are gone now. We're going to do this so that they think that we need land, so their Undergrowth Leopard maybe goes after this guy. Get a forest. This guy is going to be a pretty good attacker, so let's just get in there. And we'll just make him huge. I don't know. I wonder if they could have done that in the other way. Like, I guess it would have gotten the counters before they could respond. Sand Skitter, sure. At this point, it's not looking likely that they have an answer to this thing, so I'm just going to use my Yathen now. Oh, please use the Undergrowth Leopard. Yes, we got the trophy! Abzan Rares! That's how you do it! You see the meta, you evolve the meta, and then you realize that the meta has circled back to where it was at the beginning, and Abzan reigns supreme. Oh my gosh, what a thrill. We played against a lot of Abzan decks too, so maybe other people are on this wavelength. That was great. What a performance, must be said. Let's go trophy with the Abzan deck. I'm really hyped about this one. It felt like we read the draft. We even adjusted midway through to get rid of the aggressive negotiations and bring in an extra trade route envoy and the Kintree Nurturer, which was absolutely clutch. And because we already had 3 Severance Priests, I mean, how many times do you have that happen? 3 Severance Priests, a Warden of the Grove, a Yathan Roadwatcher, and a Baron Step Siege. And I think we got past most of them. I mean, we opened this card, which was insane. But we have 6 Abzan rares, which is just incredible. 2 Abzan lands, lots of great cards. We were wheeling tons of stuff. It was absolutely fantastic. We had 6 envoys, so really cool deck and a really ton of fun to play and pilot. If you did make it to the end of the video, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback, and to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave hashtag Abzan rares in the comment section down below because this deck was sick and had some awesome rares. That's going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.